Go ahead and block Charles Adams. You say he can't. Oh, I'm not going to block him. But first thing I want to discuss is that a lot of people are asking me like, hey, Armando, what's going on with AMD? I get that question more than any other question now. And the answer is nothing, right? Is that we're in a, thing about AI, right? Is that we've been talking about it for a while, is that AI is, people are going to, I told you what's going to happen with AI. It's a four-phase cycle, because AI, this is the third AI boom that I've ever been in, right? Is that what that means is that in my lifetime in the 80s, now I don't remember, I was a kid, there was an AI boom where all the AI stocks went up. A lot of people don't remember that. Then it was one in the early 2000s. Now it's this one, right? AI moves in cycles like anything else. Any technology that transforms society that much is going to move in cycles. That's why crypto moves in cycles. That's why AI moves in cycles. And quantum computing will move in cycles as well once that gets implemented and people start investing in the AI and in the quantum computing companies. So, but when things move in those phases, people try to anticipate it and get out. That's what we're going through right now. This is a fake out, right? And if you look at the chart of a bubble, the chart of a bubble starts out like accumulation phase, then it's markup, right? In markup phase, there's always a small fake out, a bear trap right before the exponential gains. And I know Nvidia went up a lot, but a lot of AI companies didn't go up that much. So we're at that point right now. We're at a fake out. I don't know. It could be a year. It could be 2 years. It could be 6 months for all those AI companies recover and people continue to make a lot of money. I don't think that AI is at the point where it's going to crash for a long-term accumulation phase. Like, I don't think we're at that point. And I know Nvidia, where it got to 150 and it dropped back down to like 110. Let me see where it's at now. Nvidia is what I use kind of like as barometer for the whole market. Right now it's 104, right? So people, it's crashing or whatever. No, it's not crashing. It got up to 140, 138, went down to 104, still on the path to 175. And the reason why I say that is first of all, what Nvidia is doing in the AI industry is nobody can catch up. And like I said, in this industry, or this what's happened with AI and corporations and everything like that, is that it's not even, we're at the very, very beginning of it. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question to people that work at corporations. How many of you guys use AI except for ChatGPT? Right? How many people? It's not that many people. I'm gonna go ahead and block Robert Greene. He's getting on my nerves. So now it's not on Instagram anymore. It's all on YouTube. So yeah, like I said, I think AMD, I think SoundHound, all those will recover with time. That was the point I was trying to make. So he says, I use AI every day. Yeah, Nancy, use ChatGPT. You use, let me get that straight. You use generative AI. You use generative AI at work. You don't use AI in general. You use a specific subset of AI, which is generative AI, which means it generates pictures and images and text. That's it. You don't use all the other stuff about AI. You don't use any of that yet. You don't have an AI assistant that anticipates what you're doing. You don't have robots doing the physical work that look just like humanoids. You don't do any of that stuff. You use Copilot and ChatGPT. That's where it's limited. And video and images, that's all generative AI. That's a small subsection of the overall potential and impact AI will have on our society. Now, don't get generative AI mixed up with AI in general. Generative AI is when it generates pictures, images, and videos. You put in input, it generates something back. That's what it is, right? Now, that's a very small part of AI. AI is more expansive than you guys can even realize. And that's where NVIDIA fits in. NVIDIA's growth from $80 to where it's at, it was at 1,000. Let's say it's 1,000, but it was a 10-for-1 split. So 11, 12 time return in the last 2 years was all based on a small subset of AI called generative AI. It wasn't the overall AI. It's not, Tesla doesn't have his robots walking around our houses. They don't have robot police officers. They don't have crime stopper robots. They don't have any of this stuff yet. So but the point I'm trying to make is that we're very early in this. So actually I was going to talk about that later, but we already got through it. So let's start with Bitcoin, right? We want to talk a little bit about the Bitcoin crypto. What's going on with Bitcoin and crypto, right? Is that, so like I said, let's start with Bitcoin. There's been a lot of movement lately. And there's something big that happened in January. The Bitcoin ETF options launched. I'm sorry, the Bitcoin ETF launch. It was a big thing. It was a big step ahead for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. But a lot of people have been asking, hey man, when are the options coming out? Now the options are there's several companies that put in applications to start doing ETF options. And there's not a lot of ETF options out there. So this is going to be a huge impact on Bitcoin. And this is the reason why I say this is your last chance to make a bunch of money in crypto. It's the last chance. And this is it. It is the last chance to make a lot of money in cryptocurrency. And I call it the last super cycle. We talk about it often on the Crypto Trends podcast. And the reason why is because every time you add an ETF to the market, now at first the potential is great. Bitcoin will skyrocket because of the ETFs. And so Ethereum will skyrocket. XRP, who I think is very close to starting the ETF with the resolution of the lawsuit, is going to skyrocket. But what happens once those ETFs are in society, people are buying and trading them, what happens then? Well, you know what happens is options and derivatives, what they tend to do is they reduce volatility in an asset. Now that's negative volatility and positive volatility, because now every time Bitcoin spikes up, there's a lot of ways to extract that value out of the market. You see? So if Bitcoin drops down, there's a lot of ways, derivatives, futures, options, to extract that value out and make it go back to the mean. So what that does is it causes assets to not have as much volatility, which is actually good long term, because the people who are on this, listening to me right now, you are all risk takers. You are all innovators. You're all on the cutting edge of things. And these are the people that make the most money. But 90% of society don't want none of this. They don't want any risk. They don't want nothing. They just want to sit at home, watch Netflix all day, consume. There's a quote I want to tell you about too. I was watching The Fall of Rome last night, and there's something I wanted to tell you, but I'll find it later. Remind me to tell you before the end. So all they want to do is eat Cheetos, Hot Pockets, pizzas, chicken fingers ordered by mail. All they want to do is that's all they want to do. People send them phone. They just want to sit there and watch. They don't want nothing else. Now, for those kind of people, the word risk is scary. Now, when we say the word risk, that means that's I want risk, because risk is where the potential gains are. The more risk, the better. If the gains are equal to surpass the risk, I should say. So it doesn't matter how much risk it is. Like, for example, I'll give you a good example. Let's say there was a business that only worked 1 out of 100 times. So 99 times you would fail that business. But the one time that you did make it, you got 1,000 times return. Now, the average person looks at that and says, man, that's a lot of risk. I can't do it. To me, I say, well, I do it 100 times I do it 99 times on the 100 time, I make 1,000 times my money. That means I made 10 times return by taking 99 losses at first. Managing risk and analyzing risk is where the money's at. But the average person that sits around saving up for all week, looking at dresses on Amazon, ordering them to go bachata every night, or the whole weekend, those people don't like that word, risk. I don't want nothing to do with it. No risk, nothing. Watch your language here. What did I say? I didn't even say anything. I don't even curse. I'm a block queen, Stacy. Or maybe she's talking about somebody else. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I don't curse, so it's not me. So then they complain like Robert Brown says, the rich people make all the money. We need to raise the tax, eat the rich, raise the taxes on the rich. I got a student loan I got to pay. I took basket weaving. Now I can't make a living. Some of the people did get caught in bad loans. I'm not making fun of or light of that situation. But a lot of other people, me included, I'm going to be honest, took out maximum Pell Grants and loans and wilded out. You got to take responsibility and pay some of that back. Other people who were caught in bad situations, that's a big different story. They should have those loans, maybe some help with those loans. But some people did not do that. And they did not look to the future, and they took basket weaving, or I knew somebody took acting classes at Allston in the middle of Clarksville, Tennessee. Where did you think you was going to go? I don't get that thinking. Even when I was 19, I knew that was stupid. Like you in Clarksville, Tennessee, Allston State University, a small school, and you take a 4-year degree in guitar. I know a dude that did that too. Now, what did you think? What was the best scenario there? I mean, I knew better at 19 not to do that. But back to what I was saying. I'm like I said, I'm not gonna go down that path. Like I said again, that some people did get caught in bad situations. They got recruited badly at universities. They got tricked into programs. And yes, those people should have help with their student loans. Other people knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. So those kind of people don't want no risk, nothing. We're innovators. We want to take that risk. Now, I forgot my original point. Oh, yeah. So that volatility in the market will be brought down. That means that the average person can now invest in Bitcoin because there's a steady 7-8% gain. When there's a steady 8-7% gain, then all of a sudden people do it. It's easier to do. They're not scared no more. And now the brokers and the financial advisors can advise it because they don't care about you. They're just trying to keep stuff stable, make their returns, and that's it. 401k is one of the, now get a 401k. I'm not saying that match what the company's saying, but I'm saying 401k, other than that, is a ripoff. Other than matching what your company say. If you got and I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it's a real, because some people are not going to invest. People that's not going to invest, and you're like that, yeah, 401k is a good way to go. But if you are a person like we are, 401k is bad. Except for the company match, because you should get that. So back to what I was saying. If you guys not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, please like it. We got 1,000 people in here, but only 41 likes. That doesn't make sense. We should have more likes. Are there pop-up ads coming up? I didn't know that. So back to what I was saying. Let me go back to this. Is that once these derivatives, the options, get into the market, it brings down volatility. You're not going to see strong swings no more in Bitcoin. You're not going to see that no more. That's why I say this is the last great chance you have. Bitcoin eventually, with enough time, and maybe I think 4 years from now, it'll be a little bit of time. Ads are popping up. I don't know if I can take them off. Let me see if I can take them off. I didn't mean to make them pop up like that. Let me see if I can take them off. Yeah, I can take them off. Take them off now. So they won't pop up no more. I just took the ad. I took them off. So take risks, make money, or don't take the risk and just invest in your 401k. But over time, this is the last great time you're going to see crazy. You're going to see XRP go up to $20. You're going to see Bitcoin go to $250. You're going to see Ethereum go to 15, 20,000, 10, 20,000, I should say. It's never going to happen again like that. That'll be it, right? So if Bitcoin does reach $1 million, which I think it will, that's only a 4 times gain. And then after that, that's it. It's going to be slow, 8-7% gain all the way forever. That's what Bitcoin is going to be eventually. And people want to invest in it. Countries will have it. It'll be a boring asset like anything else. Man, y'all arguing in the chat, man. That's crazy. Just pay attention. So let's move on. XRP ETF, right? So a lot of people ask me, they say, what's the next ETF do you think is coming out? Now, we know that the Ethereum ETF is already out, right? We know that the Bitcoin ETF came out in January. But what's the next one? Well, I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you Solana is probably the next one because they already had the paperwork in. So somebody said, what about the guy from MicroStrategy? You mean Michael Saylor? He says it's going to be $1 million by 2030. I agree with that. But I'm saying is that's only 4 times. Like if I'm predicting 250 this time, 250 to $1 million is only 400% gain. It's going to take 4 or 5 years to do that. So that the gains are getting smaller is what I'm trying to tell you. You're not going to make 20 times your money no more in crypto. You may make 4 times, but that's not that bad. I mean, people do that all the time in the stock market. We do it every day in the CNC. That's not, but I'm not saying that's not great returns because it is, but it's not extraordinary returns that can take you from poor to rich. 4-time return is not enough to take a poor man, and maybe it can if he saves all his money, but it can't take a poor man to a rich man. He has to do something else. That's all I'm saying. This is the last cycle where I got to figure out how to block people in here. I don't know how. Yeah, there we go. I can block them for 24 hours. So back to what I was saying. If you haven't liked the video, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like I said, the next ETF I think is coming out is XRP after Solana. And I think that's going to be one of the drivers that push it to that $20 mark. XRP has all the fundamentals for that type of growth. And with the lawsuit being resolved, remember that lawsuit got resolved in a down market. So we didn't see the real gains until we're going to see the gains on XRP months later. At first, now I'll take responsibility. A year ago, I said as soon as the lawsuit was over, we'd see a 75% gain. Now, I didn't take into account that we'd be in a down turn in the market. I thought they were going to do it in January, when the market was hot. I really thought they were going to resolve the lawsuit late last year, early this year, and then it would be right in the middle when Bitcoin was going up. But yeah, we would have saw a 5-time return because people would have been excited in the market. But now they're not excited. The retail investors haven't even came in yet. So XRP is now in a holding pattern again until retail investors come in. And the people right now that are controlling the market are not going to let XRP go to where it's going to go because they want to accumulate and acquire as much as they can. But I'm telling you, after Solana will more than likely be the next ETF. And then XRP will be the next ETF. And after that, I think that there's going to be some type of index ETF to handle all the other altcoins. I think that's where it's going. XRP is about 56 cents, and Ripple also has an IPO that's coming out, so that's going to help greatly with the XRP, XRP's value. Like I said, if it's approved, this could push XRP's value up significantly. Like I said, between $12 and $20, an XRP ETF would likely attract a lot of institutional involvement, and it's going to stabilize and boost the entire crypto market. Remember, people always talk bad about XRP, but guess what? It's still in the top 5 or 6. Let me see where it's at. I think it's in the top 5 or 6. What all XRP's been through, with all the headaches and the hate and the negativity, they still are the 6th biggest crypto in the world. And no other coin has went through as much as XRP. And that's still number 6. That tells you something. So like I said, the path to an ETF, highlight the recent developments that could lead to the launch of an ETF. Ripple did have a partial legal victory against the SEC. SEC ruled it not to be a security, and they actually got a full settlement later on, $125 million, which is a lot less than what they originally had. So like I said, is that the ETF, they said they can possibly start sending applications next month or sometime around September, October. That'll put us at around a December approval. So that's going to, if that happens, we'll quickly see XRP go to $12 to $20, right? So like I said, it could, if XRP's ETF gets approved, retail involvement is coming in around that time. It could not only help XRP, but it could help the entire crypto market. Because now we're going to have the 3 pillars: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, all held up by ETFs. So that's what's going to create this next super cycle. So I want to talk a little bit about stocks before we talk about AI and the metaverse, and then we're going to talk about the overall crypto market again. Some other cryptos I think are doing well or could do well. I need you guys to like the video and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And also the CNC is back open. CNC is our trading group. We make a lot of money in the CNC. It's a community. You come to live events. You got classes. You got courses. You got virtual events on there. If you're interested, go to jointhecnc.com at the bottom left-hand corner, or you could text the word CNC to 89603, or you can DM me the word CNC on Instagram, and I'll respond with the link. So I want to talk about some stocks that are out there. But I need you guys to subscribe and please like the video. By liking the video, you help out the algorithm, and it helps me get viewed by more people. That's all I would really appreciate if you guys would do that. So on Monday, there was a huge crash in the crypto market, right? And stock market too. And we talked about that on last Sunday, about some techniques and strategies to make some money. And a lot of those stocks did recover since last week. So how many of you guys actually took heed and bought some stocks? I want to see what stocks you guys bought and how much you made when they went down. Put it in the chat. And if don't have any, just please like the video. Also, we got the super chat open. So Robert just did it. So I appreciate you, Robert. I'm watching Let's Go After Party. Rogers, I appreciate you for the super chat. Rogers will be in the CNC after this. So like I said, if you don't want to pay for a super chat, you can help me out by liking the video. That helps the algorithm, helps us get seen by more people, helps us push this movement a little bit farther. Palantir was a good play, Jermaine. NVIDIA was good. Riot, Clean Spark, a lot of great one. Nice back from MCK. NVIDIA. So that's so I'm glad you guys were able to make a lot of money on that drop. That's one of the biggest opportunities when there's an over of scaring the market, people panic. That's the time to buy, and it almost always recovers. That's the thing about market crashes. They almost always recover the days afterwards. So if you're smart enough to get in, you can make a lot of money. And we also made a lot in the CNC doing the same thing. So like I said, if you want to join the CNC, go to jointhecnc.com or click the link in the bio. Let's talk about these hot stocks, right? We got 3 we're still looking at. And people, SMCI, people are still like, let me see. SMCI has taken a lot of losses lately. It's still up. The thing about it is that we started talking about super micro over a year ago, right? When it was at $200. Well, we actually started talking about it in the middle of 2023. It was at 200. Now it's at 508. And a lot of people are messaging me, oh, what happened to SMCI? But you got to remember, man, is that we got into this way earlier. Like Clean Spark, I got into this I'm still up 300% because we got in back in November. You see what I'm saying? When it was $4 or $5, now it's 12 or 13, wherever it's at. And we're still doing well. You have to be able to, if you get these stocks late in the cycle, you have to be patient. It will recover with enough time. Just don't panic, because what we're talking about over the last month is down 42%. And a lot of people think this is the end or whatever. It's not the end. It's just that what's happening with AI right now, we're going to talk about this in the next segment, is that people think that it's over. And let's go back to, in the Bitcoin, when the internet came out, there was actually 2 crashes. There was one that happened in 2001, 2002 that kind of crashed the market. But there was an earlier one in 98. In 1998, there was a crash in the market. I think 98, 99, a year and a half before it really crashed. A lot of people panicked. They said, I thought this experiment called the internet is over. They all quit and gave up. The internet stocks then quadrupled after that, or sometimes 10, 20 times more, because people thought it was over because they think it's just a trend. This is not a trend. A trend is like, is those, what do you call those, fidget spinner? Fidget spinner is a trend. As a short-lived trend, I should say. AI, quantum computing, blockchain, these are more than just trends. These are going to fundamentally shape our lives. It's not just something that we're having fun with, we could take out, have whatever. No, it's none of that. This is way deeper than that. It has to, the companies have to survive to supply the underlying movement, change in our lives. NVIDIA has to be there. SMCI has to be there. What else? Solana has to be there. Ethereum, Bitcoin, XP, they all have to be there to support it. It's not going anywhere. Now there's going to be scares, people panicking. Remember, most people panic. The vast majority of people panic. And I can tell you this right now. I talked about this last 2 weeks, but I want to talk about it again. Panic has gotten so contagious in society. I appreciate the organic joint. I appreciate the super chat. But it's gotten so prevalent in our society, you can't even go to the airport no more. Have you ever been to the airport lately? They crowd the gate now. They didn't do that before COVID. I looked it up and I was like, man, this is crazy. Why all of a sudden people crowd the gate? They said, well, anxiety levels in society has gone up since COVID. Expectedly, right? I'm not saying it's bad, but it has made people panic even more. They wait by the gate an hour before with their bags, standing up. And you're like, hey, excuse me, are you in line? No, I'm just waiting. You're like, well, this flight don't get to 30 minutes. It's not going to leave for 30 minutes. They won't leave it. They won't leave. Because they're so full. And what happens is that all it takes is 3-4 people to do that. That's why you stay away from certain people in life. You just cut them off. 3 people go up there and they're panicking, looking around. I don't know what's going on. You think it's going to leave us, Jenny? I don't know, Jenny. You can come back here, little Joe. Come here, stay close now. Don't go anywhere. I mean, the plane can leave us, son. Look around. Oh, that wouldn't leave. Oh, no, that's not ours. Just stay here, Jenny. We'll be okay. I mean, the plane's not going to leave you. But when one person acts like that, now it's somebody else sitting over there. Well, what's this dude doing, man? You think we should go, Michelle? Yeah, man, I don't know. Then he gets up there scared. I'm going to go ahead. He must know something I don't know. Then he goes up there. Now it's two people up there like this. Now the other person's like, man, I'm a reasonable guy, but if they're doing it, I'm going to do it. The next pretty soon is 8, 9 people up there. And they're all scared, but they don't even know why. And then that's the same thing that happens in markets, is that people panic. And that's what's happening with AI right now, is that people are way too early. Either you hold it out, and stocks like SMCI, stocks like NVIDIA and Broadcom, Palantir are going to keep going up to the sky. Broadcom has a 50% upside right now from where we are today. Super Micro still has a 150% upside from where we are today. Now, it may take a year or two to get there, but Super Micro will pass 1,000. It will pass 1,000 again in about a year or so. Broadcom will get close to, where is that Broadcom at now? I don't even know. Broadcom's at 148. For the month, it's down 13%. The highest they've been is 180. So Broadcom is still going to almost double. I say it'll get to 250 before sometime middle of next year. NVIDIA is going to go back to 150, 175 within a year, 18 months. So I want to talk a little bit about the metaverse, because we haven't talked about that in a while. So what I need you guys to do is like the video, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. We're going to be at Invest Fest, and Mark included, if Mark's here. Come meet us at Invest Fest in Atlanta on the 23rd. We're giving away these nice Bluetooth speakers to anybody who shows up at our booth. Look at that. That's a nice speaker, huh? And we got some t-shirts we're going to give away. I don't have the t-shirts here. We got the books for sale. I don't know where my book. Oh, here's the book. We're going to sell these books at Invest Fest. If you want the book, it's on Amazon. Strategic Millionaire tells you how to invest in tech, understand market cycles, understand trend cycles, adoption cycles, and use that knowledge to make a lot of money. And also teaches you stuff about just in general about money. Like I said, I need you guys to like the video and please subscribe to the channel. So moving on to AI in the metaverse, 5 of the world's top 5 companies, Apple, Google, Meta, Microsoft, and NVIDIA are heavily invested in developing metaverse hardware. Now, that's the thing you have to look at more than anything else. Like, at first, technology normally starts out as overly ambitious. Then it becomes a joke. And then it becomes hidden and people forget about it. Now, in that third phase, when people forget about it, that's when the most innovation takes place, right? Because it's not sexy. It's not like AI is becoming, it's not as sexy as it was 2 years ago. Now you show people something with AI, like anybody can do that. That's easy, right? That's nothing now. The stuff that we were amazed, like the Boston Dynamics robot that was flipping around 2 years ago. I posted that and got 10 million views on that 2 years ago. That's nothing now, because people are so most people in society have so much stimulus now with Netflix and Hulu and phones and TikTok, that things that should be amazing to most people are only amazing for a couple of days. So they move on. They forget stuff even happened. You could tell somebody 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago is a lot now. They don't even remember what the stuff that went viral 2 weeks ago. They don't even remember it. But that's how society is now. But when people forget and move on, that's when the innovation takes place. That's when most of the money is made. That's why you got to always keep an eye on it. So 5 of the world's top companies are investing billions and billions of dollars in the metaverse hardware and software. That right there tells you what's coming. And like I said, is that with Elon Musk and Neuralink, that's another big development. Those things are going to merge eventually. And instead of us putting on these clunky, goofy glasses, it's going to be a direct connection into our brain. And people say that scares me, Armando. I don't want a direct connection in my brain. Well, it sounds scary now, but it won't be once it starts. Go back and tell your great-grandparents there's going to be a device in your house that listens to everything you say, and it's going to collect data on you all day long and record it and send it back to a company. They would say, you're crazy for allowing that. But it's normal to us now. Neuralink, connecting the metaverse directly to your brain, will be normal in 10, 20 years. At first, it'll be scary, like the vaccines and COVID. But once everybody starts doing it, a couple of celebrities do it, everybody falls in line. Most people said they would never take a vaccine that was developed in 6 months. 90% of the population took it. So last thing I want to talk about is Ripple's win and the overall crypto market. No, I'm sorry, we got to go back and talk about metaverse. We skipped some stuff. So, like I said, right now those 5 companies that we just talked about are in a hardware race. I don't like Apple anymore. I don't have anything invested in Apple anymore. I told you I sold everything about 2 weeks ago. I didn't have that much anyway, because I just think Apple at this point is max innovation. I don't think they can do anything else, because most of their sales come from their phones. Now, if they can find a way to innovate, and I may be wrong, they can find a way to innovate in AI or quantum computing or VR or metaverse, and they can still do well. But I think a lot of other companies have better talent, better position, and better resources to do that. So I think Apple's done. Now, what I mean by Apple being done is that it could be done in 5 years. It could be done in 7. I can't tell you the time frame, but I don't think they're gonna, because a lot of times companies that are that big take a long time to fizzle out. I just don't think there's any more significant growth left in Apple. I don't think the whole company is going to fall off the face of the earth. That's stupid. But I'm saying I don't think the stock is going to grow. I think I can put my dollars elsewhere and make more money. Now, the company's still going to do good. It will keep making, it may be 5, 10 years for anything happens to Apple, maybe 20. But the growth, I think the growth of their stock is going to be limited going forward. That's the better way to put it. Now, Google, Meta, Microsoft, and NVIDIA, I think they all got high upsides, even from today. And the last thing is that we still have to make sure we keep up to date on quantum computing, because there's a lot of insights. There's a lot of rapid advancements in quantum computing and how it could revolutionize a lot of industries. If you bring together AI and quantum computing, that's when you get those super AIs that can do stuff that we can't even imagine today. And that's what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years. So there's a lot of companies out there that are working with that, right? So last thing I want to talk about is the overall crypto market. Any questions you guys have, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Any questions up there? Do you see more downside in what? You can also put a super chat and I'll see it a lot easier if you just do a super chat. It'll be yellow and big, so I'll see those better. I can answer your questions. Yeah, I think H-bar is good. Palantir is, I like Palantir a lot. It's an AI stock, but also has a lot of government contracts, which I think are going to do well in the future. I think Honeywell is a good quantum computer company, but that's a long-term play, maybe 2 years out. People don't know Honeywell is working on quantum computing. How do you keep up with everything? I don't know, man, because I talk about this stuff all day, I guess. Where do you see the price of Solana going with the ETF? Solana I think it's going over 1,000 in this cycle. Can you give guidance on how to manage risk? Yeah, we do that in the CNC, Kareen. So join the CNC. I'll put it in the chat. Clean Spark could still go past 30. I think Crowd is still a good one. I know they have some temporary issues, but that's just temporary. So we got 500 likes, but 1,000 people in here. So I need you guys to like the video before you leave for the night, and also subscribe to the channel. Do you see more downside on Bitcoin? It could be, but I think by the end of the year, I still got my $100,000. I think by the end of the year, we'll still go to 100. And people say, that's crazy. It's at 50 now. How's it going to move that much? Well, you look at it percentage-wise, it's only a double. And the double, if you think about it, Bitcoin was at, let me look at, I want to make sure I don't give you any false information. Let me see where Bitcoin was at. Now, for Bitcoin to get to 100,000, it's already at 60. It would have to go up 35%. So if we look at Bitcoin for the last year, it was 25,000 in September. So September, we got October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. 11 months ago, it was 25, it doubled. So I'm sorry, it had to be at 30 because it's a double. So last November, it was $30,000. So December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. 8 months later, it was 60. So all we need is a 35% return on Bitcoin. Now, if you go back to 2017, one of the biggest crypto cycle to date, at the beginning of that year, Bitcoin was at 1,000. By this time that year, Bitcoin was at 3,000. By the end of the year, it was near 20,000. It went up 700% from this point to the end of the year. Now, I'm not saying it's going to do that, but I think that saying it's going to go up 35% and that year went up 700% is not asking much. It's very conservative. For me to call out Bitcoin at 100,000 is a conservative number. It's not even that, not even that bad. Man, I didn't get any super chats, man. Y'all getting cheap on me. So, any more questions? No, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. I appreciate you.